Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. So today I am going to be doing a candle wax reading for you with the theme of chakra energy messages. So I will be also pulling some cards after the candle wax reading just to sort of confirm or add on to any messages that may come through. So for pile number 1 we have the blue candle, pile number 2 is going to be the pink, and pile 3 will be the red candle. As always, choose whichever you feel most drawn to. If that's more than one pile, then I would trust that, as there may be some messages for you there. I also ask that you use your discernment and your own personal intuition when deciding whether these messages are for you. And you'll know, because they'll feel like a personal reading. Alright loves, I'll see you at your piles. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me. If you chose this blue candle, then you're at the right place, okay? So I did pull a card for a main energy, but I will hold off till I get into the card portion of this reading. I've already set up the bowl with water, so I will let you know, though, I am going to be turning off this light over here just to be able to focus a little bit better in dim lighting. So let's see what we got for you, okay? Alright, so just intuitively, what I'm picking up on is a strong force becoming maybe not so much secure, but the feeling of having a strong grasp on something that may have felt a bit slippery for a while. So it may be that you had been attempting or working really hard, putting efforts at something, and it feels like internal, but naturally it could be anything. But it feels like there had been efforts being made. In some cases I'm getting with communication. Which was almost not bringing any results, almost just stagnant. It may have been that there had been attempts and like small rewards, if you will, like small evidences of things moving along, but then things would just slow down again and come down to a standstill. Now it feels like whatever that is for you, because I feel like it's different things. For some of you, I feel like this is maybe like a technique that you've been trying that really has not been something that you've been able to grasp onto. For others of you, I feel like this is as far as like seeing results in something that you're trying to accomplish, in something that you are trying to grow at or grow. So this could be like business, this could be money. You've been trying to grow or expand in investments of some sort. It feels like whatever may have been restricting is in the process of clearing itself out. It almost feels like there was a wobble of some sort in your energy. Maybe a lack of confidence. But that's what it is. That's what it is. So the beginning feeling of having a wobble, maybe having had moments of finding areas or experiences that you felt like you were becoming successful or becoming more confident in your abilities, or in general, just being more confident in something that you were doing. And that sort of being like a wobble, like finding yourself feeling confident in that one day, but then perhaps the next day feeling completely like unsure about your skills or your abilities or your potential. It feels like an expansion is coming through, or a block is being removed. in regards to that, being able to grasp something a little bit more firmly, and in this, if this is the case, as far as like just with confidence, like not having a wobble in that anymore, or less of being more in balance when it comes to that. Now, if this is something external, such as, like I said, like investments or a career or something that you've been putting efforts into and sort of felt wobbly, not felt that consistent is sort of what it feels. It feels like you have something, then it goes away. This feels like it's becoming more solid, more consistent, more visible. For some of you, if this was communication, that was just like in general, like having the strength and the confidence to be able to communicate something effectively. And it feels like communication in regards to creating some sort of change in dynamic. So there may have been like a lack of confidence in, maybe you had been thinking certain things through and wanting to communicate them, but then feeling unsure of yourself, or unsure of your ideas, or unsure of how they will be perceived or taken if you speak them out loud. But I feel like there's a stronger you forming, rising, expanding. There's a part of you that's becoming more like, how do I say it? Just secure in something, in some aspects. So specifically in regards to what chakra energy that this would connect to, sorry. I would definitely say this is like a revelation. There's been a lot of thought process. So the mental, the third eye, the crown, in some aspects even the throat chakra. But it feels good. It feels like progression is what it really feels like. Because I do feel like there has been a sense of challenge, or a sense of stumble, or a sense of uncertainty when it comes to some aspect of your life, or whatever it is that you're coming to this reading for. But I strongly feel that like, as far as like cycles, that cycle I strongly feel is no longer, like it's coming to an end. And you may already be feeling a little bit more at peace, a little bit more confident, a little bit more at ease when it comes to whatever this is. I feel like whenever this occurs, you'll start to see steady growth, steady change, steady movement. Like it's not going to feel like a wobble anymore, is sort of what it's giving me. It feels like a new era. I'm getting a new era. A new era of experience. So leaving one, I guess, storyline behind. Yeah, it strongly feels like a closure. A closure of something, but being able to like move into a new way of being, a new way of behaving, maybe a new way of just, and this feels like how you present yourself, how people perceive you. There's changes in that, but it's like a solid new you. Yeah. Okay, so any other messages? I feel like if there have been moments of you... Okay, I'm getting crying now. Like moments of sadness? Maybe with this closure, there's aspects of you of grief that are associated with this. I don't know. I really have no strong grasp of what I'm saying right now. But I just saw like tears, like leaving something behind, kind of. But it's for a bigger purpose. Maybe at times it's like nostalgia. It's sort of giving me like thinking back to like a childhood, or thinking back to like a simpler time, or sort of aspects of you like wishing you can just go back to a place where things just weren't the way that they are, or something like that. There's some of that attached to this energy, but just trust and understand that although where you're headed may not feel like a simpler time or so, I think there's just an aspect of safety that you are either seeking or craving, or perhaps feeling like you're lacking a bit of that. But the main energy, as I was getting it in the beginning, was something going from a wobble to more stable. So I feel like you were in the process of getting there. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light back on. And I'm going to let that continue as it needs to while we take a look at your card. So we have the card 26 with great big love. This feels like a sudden, like a hit, a match, a surge. Like a beacon that was seeking, and then it just like really anchors in. So I don't know what that means yet. Let's go ahead and get more cards for you. For pile number 1. You see there's that blue tone in this card as well. Strong blue. Messages for pile number 1, please. Card number 17, the card of beauty. Seeing something within yourself that you didn't see before. I heard from Beauty and the Beast, there's something, how does the little song go? I don't know. You know when they're singing the little song, it says something, there's something that wasn't there before, or something like that. I don't know what that means. Sudden realization of your potential, of your worth, something like that. And then we have the card of gratitude. Both of these women are coming down to when it comes to the self. This could be about self-love. And not in the like cliche way of self-love. This may just really be you moving into a new era in which you just fully acknowledge all of your strengths, acknowledge to a degree of not being phased, not being pushed around or something like that. Maybe there was an aspect of you that felt pushed around by energies around you, and this doesn't need to mean like physical people like telling you what to do and where to go and how to live your life, but it could be. But it feels like an era of, I was gonna say me, but a me era, like something where you just really embody who you are, like your authentic self is what it feels like. Appreciating your quirks, your differences, your strange, I don't know why I'm getting that. I feel like there's an aspect of you that's like very unique in the way that you go about something that's a bit different, and that other people may have looked upon like, because it stands out is sort of what it's giving me. But I feel like there's an aspect of you that's beginning to really appreciate those aspects of yourself and not see them as strange, weird, different. Just seeing them as this is who I am. This is how I am. And it's a beautiful thing. It's sort of what I'm really getting, okay? So that, I don't know how that connects with all the stuff. I was very, very wobbly. Remember, pile number 1, you're always the guinea pig. The guinea pig for any reading that I do. So I apologize if your candle reading had a lot of my nervousness in it. I don't feel the nervousness anymore once I get into the cards, right? Because I'm familiar with the cards. I'm used to the cards. I don't doubt myself as much, because I still do sometimes, but not as much. And I feel like that's sort of energy that's coming through as far as like for you. Sorry, I forgot to take the cards that I was using. So let's get a few tarot messages just to expand on this energy. For pile number 1, any messages? Messages for pile number 1. Oh, that was quick. We got 2. Can we get one more, please? Pile number 1. Oh, I guess we're getting 4 cards for you. So the only one that showed itself, flipped itself over, is the Page of Pentacles, which always gives me cutie patootie vibes. Just kidding. It does feel like taking on something new, right? Like the page is the energy of the beginning stages, like young and ready to learn, young and like a fresh take on something. So this is strongly what it's giving me. Which then we have the Ace of Cups, which is also fresh new energy. Then we have the 8 of Wands, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love it, or it's Fortune's Wheel in this deck. This feels good. All of this energy feels actually very lovely. So if you did stick around past my wobbly ass candle wax reading, I will say that this does feel like a fresh new start, like literally. But remember I was saying that there was something that felt like a wobble, like you would see and then not see, or like feel strong and consistent in something and then not this. The 8 of Wands. All eyes on me is sort of what I got. All eyes on you, like being able to be seen as you truly are. But also, like I said, if this is like something that you've been trying to attract towards yourself, I strongly see that consistently moving. There's movement, there's change, there's growth that you can absolutely be expecting for yourself. And I feel like this all comes from the energy of this feels external. These changes that you will be seeing, I feel like they're a reflection of changes that you've been making within. And it feels like a whole change of something. It feels like a big change. It feels like it's something, like I said, that comes through and just feels like a matter of fact, like this is it. This is the beginning of my new era. Not as where something like subtly starts to change, like, which is what I feel where you're coming from. Where you saw things move and then it sort of felt like things backtracked and then you just get lost and confused. But I feel like an internal something that you had been putting efforts into when it comes to yourself. And this may just be, like I said, at being in a place of acceptance and just really embodying your authentic self and seeing it as a good thing versus a negative aspect of who you are. I really feel like this is creating the change that's being reflected on the outside. Well, like I said, whatever it is that you've been trying to attract to you to remain consistent is absolutely the new era that you're moving into. But yeah, that's what I got for you. I really hope these messages resonated. I would appreciate it. I mean, I always appreciate it when you guys let me know. But I would especially appreciate it because it's the first candle wax pickup pile that I've done. So I would appreciate any comments, suggestions, whatever. Card number 18, Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. That's already where your energy's at. We have card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. That's with like where I said like embracing, accepting, embodying, just pure you. Oh, this one flew out. And then we have card number 10, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Absolutely. I feel like that's when it comes, an abundance doesn't have to be financial, but it could be. Something that, like I said, you've been trying to attract to yourself. But yeah, those are my messages for you, loves. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this pink candle, then you're at the right place. So I did pull a main energy card for you, which I'm going to hold off until the card portion of your reading. So I will say that this is my first pick a pile with candles or doing the candle wax reading. For pile number 1, I felt like really intimidated. I felt like pile number 1's energy came for some answers and they meant business. So they were not messing around with what they wanted to hear. And it made me really nervous, and I feel like I was overly nervous. For this pile, I felt your energy a little more at ease. It feels lighthearted. It doesn't feel like you're putting too much pressure on me. But anyways, so I am going to do the candle wax reading first, and then I'll pull some cards afterwards, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I do want you to know that I am going to turn off this light over here on this side just for the candle portion so that I can focus a little bit better. Alright, so pile number 2. Oh, yours started giving me wax immediately. I knew it. There was a difference. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Oh, so we have some burnt little edges. We have some clicking too. Pile number 2, I feel that did not happen for pile number 1. I feel like your energy is, I was going to say flamboyant. It feels a little flamboyant right now. It feels lighthearted and at ease, but it feels like you're standing out in some aspect. Or maybe that's just your energy in general. A standout energy. It feels like you're being noticed. It feels like you're doing things that people are noticing. Whatever that means. You know what it gives me? It gives me like you've got eyes on you, as far as like, I feel like people are inspired by you. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. There's a lot of different things I'm seeing. I'm seeing like, you know, when, I don't know, I'm thinking like of middle school, and then there's like trends. I feel like you're a trendsetter in some aspect, or you're being looked to. For something, for inspiration. I don't know why I keep on getting that. I feel like you're something that you're doing or embodying, or just like your current energy as is. If I'm connecting it with the flamboyance, it's just very attractive. To simplify it, and it doesn't have to necessarily be attractive in the way like, oh, like you're so beautiful, I want, you know, to woo you. It doesn't have to be, but it could be that you have a lot of suitors at this time, or people that are interested. But it just means like attractive in the way that if you're offering a service, it seems very attractive. Whatever you're selling, people are just like, I'm buying whatever they're selling, just almost to like, it's sort of, it's giving me your energy's just bubbly. I'm getting a big old pink bubble gum. Now, what does this have to do? Oh, okay. So it sort of feels like finding yourself after having felt lost. What is that about? That was not what I was picking up in the beginning. But maybe, perhaps you were or you're coming out of a little rough patch of some sort that may have, but there's like this eager energy of like, I was so ready to come out of that feeling. It feels like a weight lifted off. It felt like, in some cases, like a load of emotional just baggage that you'd been carrying with you and has been released. For some of you, this could just be like self-doubt or self-criticism that you had been going through, like a rough patch of like, oh, I even heard of like feeling like you were demeaning yourself in some aspects. I don't know what that's about. Only take it if it resonates. But yeah, it feels like a little negative funk, perhaps. I would describe it as a funk, the way that it's making me feel. Like just, you know, like feeling not yourself, feeling slightly like lack, or yeah, it just feels lost. Like there was an aspect of you that felt almost disconnected from your joy. But that's why I feel like the beginning energy came through. Like, I don't know if you're moving into this energy or if you're already in the energy of just feeling like I said, like a weight, a block, a release of some sort, something that you were, and this actually could be like, for some of you, I'm getting like something that you were trying to get out of, maybe a contract or a lease or something that had been feeling like it was placing a challenge, restriction, or was like dimming your light, or like just making you not the happiest person, something like that, that may be like clearing itself out. And there's just like this sense of relief, but also like this vibrancy. Like whatever it is that you're clearing out, whatever it is that you are cleansing yourself of, or in some cases this feels like mental. Also, like I said, maybe there was aspects of you that were in a little period of feeling hard on yourself, down on yourself, self-doubt, or feeling defeated in some aspects. I feel like there's some of that energy clearing through, where it almost feels like you're seeing things differently or feeling different about some situations that were challenging or difficult to get through. What else does pile number 2 need to know about their energy? Your energy is being amplified the more that you embrace, to not shy is sort of what I'm getting, to not allow. And I don't think there's an aspect of you that feels like very strongly grasping to like a torch and being like there's something about loud, and I don't know what that means. Maybe you're posting more of yourself and people are maybe like acknowledging that you're sharing more of yourself or something like that. But it feels like in some cases, like maybe there was parts of you that didn't embrace that, embrace being seen. But I feel like you're embracing it now, or you're moving into a place of like really being able to embrace that and just be like, I don't care, I'm just gonna be me, loud and proud. Just kidding. There's an aspect of something to that. It feels almost like a slight rebellion of some sort, but it feels like a good one. It feels like a breath of fresh air that you're getting, and it's not that you're getting a relief, it's that you're giving it to yourself, is what it feels. And that's maybe where that pride comes in. Like, I did this on my own, I got through whatever I got through, I changed and transformed whatever it is that I needed to, and now this relief, this break, this release that I am this attention, this shine that I have, I'm gonna shine it. This newly found torch that I have found, this fire that I have to keep going, to persevere, to be successful, to something. I feel like, yeah, you're taking that torch and you're running with it. So that one was fairly clear. I feel like I got a stronger read. I apologize if the candle wax readings aren't as like follow one. I literally just say whatever I feel. So that's why I got nervous about it, because normally I try to, with the cards, like hold on to a connection, a strong storyline, so that I'm not all scattered, but I always end up scattered. Stop it. Shining through card number 30. This is literally the entire thing. I'm sorry, I've been staring at the flame so long, my eyes are so, they're trying to adjust right now. This shining through is exactly the vibe. This is the vibe that I was getting. Let me get some other cards for you just to expand on this for pile number 2. Messages for pile number 2. Ooh, we have the energy of creation. Like I said, again, there's a spark in you that you're just like, and it almost, like I said, if you were going through a period of like feeling lost, or like there's something you grasp where you're just like, I found it. And they're just like, oh, hell no, I am not letting this go anymore. I am taking it. I am running with it. I am doing all that I can with it. Something like that. Yeah, and then we have the victim consciousness over here. This feels like the energy that was holding. You have all the shine and the energy that was coming through. And then you have all this lack of the void. There was something in here. Now we can either go into it or we don't have to. But I feel like we don't have to, because I feel like this is the energy that you're moving into. You already know what turmoil was going on within you. You already know that there was aspects of situations or experiences or mind frames that were creating chaos, were creating the fog that may have created some challenges for yourself. But it doesn't feel that way anymore. It feels like this is a heavy burden that you were carrying, that I feel is dissipating. You're currently in the process of, sorry, I keep on forgetting that I need to move this out of the way. And then let me get some tarot just to further expand on this energy for you. Sorry, that was really fucking loud. There we go, that was quieter. All right, so messages for pile number 2. Oh, so I had said for pile number 1, like sort of like tried to connect which were the most active chakras in the messages for today. For you all, it's absolutely, it feels like heart and root. Like those are the main, ooh, and maybe some solar plexus in there too, actually. Heart and root energy. So being very grounded and connecting them, where I feel like perhaps there was a strong separation in being confident. We have the energy of the Fool. We have the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Wands. So again, like I said, I feel like there was, whatever it is, the energy of challenge, the energy of fog, uncertainty. You may have experienced resistance to what the next step was, and it may have come from something within you that was holding you back, or experiences, like I said, that left almost like a tainted memory that you couldn't get past internally. But this could also have been like something that was like a physical barrier that keeping you from getting past into, like I said, this fresh new energy, because this is the energy right here. All of this, the energy of creation. There couldn't have been a better card to represent the energy of creation. And there couldn't have been a better energy other than the Fool, right? It's that, like I said, there's something that coming out of this, the burden, releasing that and grasping onto the energy of that spark, that inspiration that is your primal drive to create, for the purpose of just experiencing, for the purpose of just to have done it because it was something that your soul desired to experience, right? Taking that leap of faith versus allowing yourself to be stopped. It's like you almost lost your spark in some aspects, or felt like you couldn't see it for a while. But it's coming through. It's coming through again. And then once you grasp onto that, I feel like you're just like, okay, I'm running with it. It's sort of what it feels. Yeah, that feels good though. You hold on to your spark, pile number 2. It feels lighthearted though. It feels like after the challenges or whatever, once like being able to grasp that again and just feeling so really grateful is what it feels like. Grateful to have your spark back. And like I said, not letting it go to waste. Whatever it is that you are creating is inspiring others, and others have your attention. You are absolutely shining, pile number 2. Get some closing messages for pile number 2. Sorry if I tapped the camera accidentally. Okay, so we have some animal messages for you. We have the card number 52, Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you. That is you, the creator. Card number 16, Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. I feel like that's where you're coming from. Card number 21, Dove Spirit, be peace. Like I said, your energy felt like that from the get-go. It felt more lighthearted, like you weren't putting all that pressure on me to have a super good candle wax reading. All right, card 57, Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. That's absolutely you. Because that's not the energy that came through. Like, remember, like feeling lost, feeling like unsure. And it almost felt like there was some self-berating energy. Like maybe an internal dialogue that was difficult to break through and leave behind. But I feel like once that's left behind, there's like a burden lifted, and then just flow and inspiration for you to create. And go and create. I just saw 1717. Go and create all that your heart desires, and go and experience all that your soul desires to experience. Pile number 2. This was a lovely reading. Thank you for joining me. If these messages resonated, I would appreciate it if you let me know. As, like I said, this is my first pickup candle pile thing. Anyways, so we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose the red candle, then you're at the right place. So I will say that I pulled a main energy card, but we'll look at that when we get into the card portion of your reading. As far as like the tone of this pile, I would say that it got a little bit serious. There's a little bit more of a serious energy that I'm sort of picking up on, but we'll see what that's about. I am going to be turning off this light over here on this side just for the candle portion to help me focus just a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get started, pile number 3, and seeing what your reading is all about, okay? That flame took on hold pretty nicely. All right, pile number 3. Oh, this feels like a focused reading. I am getting that this is, yeah, this is definitely going to be a more serious reading. feels like something that's painful in some way, either emotionally, or this could be physical ailments that you were experiencing. Now, what I'm strongly getting is trapped, like bottled up energy that has been trapped. I just keep on seeing like the anatomy of a human, and I'm not sure why, but so this could go down to like cellular. I don't know why I feel like I'm trying to diagnose something. But it feels like something deeply trapped, and it may go down all the way to the cellular level. Now, this is supposed to be a spirituality reading, as far as like energetic, not necessarily on the physical body, but it could be something as far as like sad. It feels like wound energy, like a cut, a sharp cut, something that would have felt like a sharp cut. That was just like bottled up, pushed aside, that you have been tending to or simply acknowledging. Or it may be something I heard brought to the surface. It may have been something, or there may have been a situation, or just like a calling for it to call it up. Now, what is the purpose of this? To heal, to transform, or to use it as fuel. But also because there's something in it, like there perhaps like a response, a reaction, something that ended up happening that was necessary for a part of your journey. And then I'm sort of seeing like somebody pushed into a different line. Like people were walking and then somebody get pushed into a separate line. Like you were moved into a different direction. Oh, that was interesting. The light went out. So... oh, that made me sad. Like it made me, okay, this could have been a loss, like an actual loss of a loved one that created like a whole like separation of where you were headed, and it changed something for you. But it doesn't have to be. It just could be like something that felt like that. Something that you felt was, or I heard, taken from you. Or that you were, yep, because then I heard robbed. I was about to say robbed. Robbed of the opportunity to experience something. That sets you on a trajectory that it's almost like the what if. The what if plagued you, or has plagued you, or did plague you for a good amount of time, like the wondering of, had you chosen a different direction, had this, and this, like. And then I'm sensing like a sense of like maybe like times of like feeling frustrated or even anger slightly in there. This feels like inner dialogue. The energy being brought up now to transform. I feel like there's something in this. And then I heard to lead. There's something in this experience that only someone having experienced things in a set of circumstances in the way that you did, that's unique to you, and you'll know what this is. This is either going to resonate. This does feel specific. Like I got right from the get-go. It feels like it's going to be something about something specific, whereas the other ones felt about a few different things. This one feels very strongly putting you or giving you the circumstances or experiences to put you in a position of leadership. That is what I'm strongly getting. Now, I don't know what that means, but it just means you, like, having navigated your way in a specific set of circumstances gives you maybe the lead. Is that what I meant? Is that what I meant? Gives you the lead in being able to see what's directly ahead of you and to be able to guide others from there. And then I'm seeing like people on a hiking trail, and I'm seeing you being the guide. The guide, but here's the thing. Because then I got like in situations in which people are in like a heightened level of needing strong guidance per step. I don't know what that is, but it could be anything. But you'll know what it is. Something about that. That's why this is coming up. Now, I feel like in the process of, like I said, if this is something that you just didn't acknowledge for a long time or didn't even think much of how it may have affected you or something like that, because it feels like it's something that's coming up. It doesn't necessarily feel like this is something that happened very recently, but a current recent experience may have, like I said, brought a deeper version of these feelings from your past. In the process of acknowledging them, I feel like you're doing what you need to do to release it. Like I feel like you're in a state of like really gaining some strength, whereas something that you may have felt weakened you is actually now what is strengthening you. Something like that. Okay, so let me get the light back on. And let's go ahead and take a look at your card and pull you some more. So we have card number 24 with Let It Go, tugging at your heartstrings. Something that's been tugging at your heartstrings. Okay, we have the card of 13, rejection. What is the saying? Rejection is, I don't know. There's this saying that says like rejection is actually something's redirection, or a, I don't know. For the life of me, I can't think of it, but I heard it in regards to, remember I had said there was something that threw you off up a certain path. Okay. Then we have prayer, and then we have enlightenment. The yellows. I'm sort of getting like the clearing of your solar plexus. The clearing of your solar plexus is like, I felt like a dimming of something, and then it being cleared away. So this may just be like in general, like the energy that was dimming you is now being cleared away. Dimming your ability to see, to navigate, to decide, to feel. feel free to feel, I don't know, I can't find the word. At peace, it may be what it is. Just feel at peace. It feels like something that was like plaguing you is being cleared. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry, hold on, let me pause. Okay. I had to clear my throat, and you had to clear your energy, specifically your solar plexus is what I'm strongly getting. Now, I don't know what could have been affecting, but we don't need to get into that. We have the Seven of Pentacles, so something that may have taken some time to be able to wrap your head around or wrap something. We have the Six of Cups, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. So you got the most cards of any of the piles. I feel like there was an aspect of holding out, and then I heard for something to return to you. Take that. However, there was an aspect of holding out. So it's not only the initial something, but I feel like there was an extended time of energy that felt like you were holding out for something to be returned to you. That only caused like a further frustration, a further like agitation. Is that the word? I feel like that's right. Like there was a sense of like agitatedness in your energy, and you may have not even like could like put a strong sense of where that was coming from. Just like feeling fussy. I call it feeling fussy when I'm feeling fussy. When I'm feeling like agitated, and just like in general, just like not in my best mood, but not having quite something specific that I can pinpoint that is causing me to not feel my best. Okay, if that makes sense, that's what this energy feels like a culmination of just feeling fussy, as I would describe it. And then I see it being burned away with the Queen of Wands. Like something that needed to actively be combated. Yeah. And then I'm getting the word disciplined. Like there's something that you became very disciplined in, or that you're becoming very disciplined in being able to combat. Because it almost feels like it's something that calls to you with the Devil, like once you escape it, and then it's like it calls to you and like sucks you back in. Because there feels like there's a time where it's just like this back and forth of maybe perhaps wanting to let that go, of like I said, like a feeling of hope of wanting something to be returned to you, and being able to escape from it, but then being like sucked back into this energy. Let me just confirm that I'm not. Give me further clarification on this specific energy, because this is actually feeling very specific. The Four of Swords. Yeah. Like at times feeling, it doesn't feel good. This feels like a back and forth that did not feel good. Like that at times you just had to like literally retreat from the energy altogether, because it may have become very painful to deal with. Now clarify the Queen of Wands. The Shaman. Ooh, I love this. Yeah, absolutely. Just like the energy that I was getting, it's something about this, having combated this, and what I'm feeling is you're growing very disciplined in being able to hold your ground and stay in control of something. This may just be like stay in control of your like mental happenings. What do you call it? Like your daily mental diet, if you will. As well as like being able to like not allow yourself to get pulled back. Stay very, something of that puts you in a position of being able to then guide others out of that same trap, that same, I don't know what that is. But the shaman, it really puts you in the position of being able, like, it's just like an added, I really can't like find the words, but I really do feel like you are in the position or moving into the position of really gaining something, which is like, you wouldn't have thought, because all of this energy just feels like I'm hearing wasted time, so I don't know what that means, but I feel like a lot of investment into that you may have felt like I just wasted a lot of time, I wasted a lot of energy, something. But actually, no, because it was, you were, the further and further that you combated your way out of that, it was just like you were bringing something back every time. That's just sort of what I'm getting, okay? Take that how and if it resonates. However and if it resonates only. Both of these, like the shaman with his like gray, look at how this enlightenment, he's like gray and bearded and wise, right? Because he's gained a lot. He's experienced in order to have, and this one too, he's all gray and withered. And I feel like maybe that's how you feel after coming out of this energy. Is like, it feels like lifetimes, like you experienced lifetimes of being in this little trap of some sort. And again, this could be internal or external. For some of you, this may be depression. Like having gone through periods of like fighting it and thinking, you know, that you had overcome, but then finding yourself in that again and really moving into a place where you have strong tools that you've grasped, that may actually allow you to then guide others out of that, is sort of what I'm really getting. But this could be actual like experiences, like external experiences that you found yourself in, okay? So card number 11, butterfly spirit transformation. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on with you. Didn't I say? Or maybe I didn't. Maybe that was another pile. But that's what it feels like. It feels like you're moving out of as being able to break free, in other words. Then we have card 47, pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. Remember I said you were getting very disciplined with your... Yes, I love it. Then we have card 37, lion spirit. Be generous of spirit. You are. There's a humble strength in your energy that I felt from the beginning. Because the beginning, I immediately, like from pile number 2 specifically, felt like bubbly and lighthearted and really at peace and just very like flowy, like energy wanting to connect, energy wanting to expand, to move, to share. This energy felt like internal, and it felt very serious right off the bat once I picked up that red candle. And that's this energy right here. It's like a very humble wisdom that you carry in your energy, but also a strength that's underlying all of that. Why? Because of whatever you've endured in order to grasp this humble strength that you have, or wisdom. Okay? Yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 3. I really liked your energy. You challenged me a bit. But it was a very specific reading, because the other 2 were, I feel, very scattered. Or pile number 1 was really, actually. but this one felt very specific. So please let me know if this message has resonated with you. I would appreciate that. Until we vibe again.